writing these, the faith is either, it's just part of their normal life. And then the other people see that or are loved into it, I guess it would say. It gives a depth to the books. As we live our Christian lives, we change. And good thing for that, huh?
We'll talk about this and much more today. Welcome to a Writer's Day podcast.
Hey everyone, welcome back to Writer's Day podcast. My name is Ruth Douthit, and I'm so glad you're here. I'm an award-winning best-selling author of books for middle grade readers in fantasy and adults in contemporary and also suspense. And I am staying put in suspense all next year, 2026. I've got more books coming out. So be sure and head over to my website, artbyruth.com, to sign up for my newsletter, and you will receive a free PDF copy of A Christmas Scene, a quaint little short story that celebrates the Christmas season. And if you like today's episode, please be sure to leave me a comment and review and subscribe over at YouTube. I'd love to know what you think of today's episode. Okay, let's get busy. Lauraine Snelling, yes, best-selling author Lauraine Snelling. Wow, she is an award-winning author of more than 100 books. I can't believe it. It's such an honor to speak with her today and her partner in this book series, Kiersti Giron. She's been a big fan of Lauraine's since she was 17 years old. Wow, that's amazing. And of course, she loves to write historical novels about faith, hope, and timeless love. And both of them are here with me today to talk about their newest book, At Morning's Light. So you know the drill. Grab your favorite beverage, a comfortable chair, kick back and relax as we listen to Lauraine and Kiersti talk about their new book. Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm excited to be talking to two authors today. Wow, this is going to be so fun. Welcome to the podcast, Lauraine Snelling and Kiersti Giron.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Excellent. Well, Kiersti, why don't you start? Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself, and then Lauraine will talk to you.
Well, I've had the privilege of getting to write with one of my favorite authors ever for the last 5 years. So that's been such a treat as I grew up loving Lauraine's books from teenager. And so getting to write with her and learn from her has been just such a blessing and a joy. I am a busy homeschool mom and also teach for an online international school, 8th grade English. And so, yeah, it's a busy life, but I'm very grateful for it.
Wonderful. And Lauraine?
Well, I've been writing for many years now, and today I'm looking at a screen for a brand new program that I'd not known about before. Thank you. And I'm looking out a window, and I live in the mountains, and I love to write, and I've done somewhere over 100 books. I'm not sure today. So anyway, and this has just been a wonderful life because I've been writing all this time.
Oh, what a blessing. Wow, over 100 books. Oh my goodness. And Kiersti, you've been following Lauraine's writing career all those years?
At least since I was a teenager in the early 2000s, but I know she's been writing much longer than that.
Oh, that's wonderful. You both are an encouragement. So how did you both get put together to write this new book, At Morning's Light?
You want to tell that story, Lauraine?
Yeah, our agent, Wendy Lawton, she and I had talked about that maybe we needed to be looking for a partner for me. And I said, okay, whatever. And so anyway, we were thinking of different people, and she said, well, what about Kiersti? You know her, and she has all the qualifications, including being highly, highly organized, which was, as you can guess, yes, very important. And so we've been writing together now for what, 3 years, Kiersti?
I think it's been 5 years now, which is
Oh,
amazing. But I remember we started in 2020 because that year kind of stands out in the memory.
yeah, see, Ruth, that's why I needed I needed a helper, and it's wonderful. It's amazing how you think something, well, I don't know, and then it just turns out fabulous, and I think God does wonderful work.
Oh, that's beautiful. What were some of the
Amen.
challenges to collaborating?
Um, well, I'm not the best computer person, and Kirsty's a genius, and so that's been very important, and just
I think it's kind of telling that neither of us can think of huge challenges, actually.
what?
Just that it's been such a blessing for both of us. Obviously, there's challenges, especially probably the technology at times, huh, Lorraine? But God has just made us work really well together by His grace.
It's amazing because nobody knows that if we don't tell them, or but unless it's on the book, that we're writing together because we write the same. It's incredible. I think that's one of God's other miracles.
Oh, wow, that is incredible. And that's a blessing that there weren't a lot of challenges. I could see where technology would be one. Yes, that's for sure. But
Oh,
I think that's great that you both blended together nicely.
and a new
Thing.
computer a couple of years ago, about a year, a new computer. And on that they changed everything. So yeah.
Yeah, technology is so fun, isn't it? I say that with a tongue
Thank
in cheek, you know.
you. Amazing stuff.
Well, it
Yeah,
does allow us for wonderful things like this, the three of us getting together to talk. So I am grateful for that.
that's for sure.
When we brainstorm together, we're coming up with ideas, and we're talking and doing all this, and she's keeping the notes on the computer at the same time. If that tells you anything about her skills, I, you
Ooh,
know,
That's just how my brain works, I guess. I gotta write it down.
ooh, that's great
uh,
though. That's a brilliant idea, you know,
Uh,
because it comes to your mind so quickly. That's wonderful.
and Lorraine has just such a fertile mind for ideas. I'm often trying to write fast to keep up with them all. Don't want to lose them.
Well, let's talk about the second installment in the Home to Green Creek series, At Morning's Light. Tell us about this novel.
it's when you're start doing the second book in a series. The first one, you've got so much brand new information and everything, but I think the second one gets to be a little bit easier because you know more of the characters, and you already have their story going through your mind. And so second books, I think, are a little bit easier than first books, and yet somebody else told me that's harder. So up to depends on who you are and what you're doing.
And Kirsty, can you tell us a little bit about the book?
Yes, well, the first book, like Lorraine said, kind of it was a setup. So we have this boarding house in Iowa where it's being run by Norwegian immigrant young woman Amelia Gunderson and her the little girl who's actually the heir to the boarding house, little Ruthie. But Amelia is her guardian ever since both their parents died on the voyage over. And then in the second book, Amelia's cousin Maya comes to join at the boarding house from Norway, but she actually ends up losing her husband tragically right before they leave. So everything is kind of thrown off from what they expected it to be, and she arrives really quite shattered with her brother instead of her husband, and has to kind of find a way to start again and build a new life here in a new land.
Boarding
Hmm.
houses are fun to write about, I think, because you've got so many people and so many different things to go with. And people ask me why I write about farming, and it's because that's what I know best. Maya in this story, when you look at the cover, this cover is absolutely stunning.
It
And
is. Yeah.
um, so I had to change my picture in my mind a little bit about that, but because you're seeing, I always see things in my mind first.
Isn't the boarding house itself somewhat based on your grandmother's stories a little bit, Lorraine?
Well, this series is based a little bit on the boarding house because, and we were originally gonna wanted to call it the Rutabaga years, and rutabagas played a big part in keeping fed one year for my grandmother, and so that's based on her partly based on her story, which I don't usually do, but it was just too much fun. You don't want to miss out on some things like that.
Now, this is about Norwegian immigrants in Iowa. What inspired you to write about that? It reminds me of Rose on The Golden Girls because that's where she was.
Yes.
So, the
Uh,
first came to mind was Rose. But what made you want to write about Norwegian immigrants in Iowa?
well, first of all, I'm Norwegian, and so all of my books have had at least one Norwegian in them. And Decorah, Iowa was already a rather major city in Iowa. And basically, I've been there, and I always try to have been someplace that I want to write about. And so the college there, the seminary there, it all just fit. And so setting it there just seemed a natural thing because of the Norwegian enclave there.
And have you been there before? You have visited before?
Yeah, I was there. Wendy and I were there for I was there for a speaking engagement, and it was during part of a conference, and so yeah, I've been there, and I was there for a few days, so that made it even more fun to be able to visually go back there. Of course, it's a bit different now, but yeah.
Hmm. Were you able to, use your own family stories to help you write, these characters who have this Norwegian immigrant experience?
I do. Well, first, I guess the big thing is because I know Norwegian people, and that helps a lot too.
Hmm.
And we're all Americans and everything now, but back then people were more Norwegian, when they came. I mean, feeling and acting more. And and so I was glad to have been there. And and so this story is based on my grandmother's experience, but I don't usually do that. But I keep telling new writers, whoever you are and whatever you've done and your family, that's all going to show up somehow. And it's going to be the main thing that you draw upon. And so the more excitement, the more variety in your life, I think the easier it is probably to be writing a lot.
That is important to draw from family members' experiences. It's kind of a way to pay tribute to them and all that they went through.
That's true.
Hmm. So this is set during the time of the Civil War or close to it,
Post Civil War.
a post-Civil War. Okay.
Around 1890, is that right, Lorraine?
Yeah, we started in 1880s on this one.
And so you have the boarding house
Yeah,
setting,
the late 1880s.
1880s. Okay. And
Yeah.
you have the boarding house setting. And so that creates that very unique dynamic of all these cultures coming together.
Well, that's true too. I hadn't even thought of that.
Yeah, all these travelers
Well,
stopping
except
and
for, yeah, one lady on there, she became our not favorite character.
uh-oh, who's this?
Zelda.
She's especially in the first book, Land of Dreams. Yes, she is
Mm.
quite the antagonist.
So we see her again in At Morning's Light.
No, we don't see her again at Morning's Light, and um, we're not seeing her in the third book either. But I guess we're gonna have Kiersti. I guess we're gonna have to bring her back in the.
We keep saying we probably are going to have to bring Zelda back.
She's one of those characters we love to hate, right?
Pretty much, yes.
Now, said during that time, there's a lot of hardships that they faced. So, how did these hardships that they experienced shape their faith journey in the story?
They are already strong Christians. I mean, believers, and there's believers and non-believers in every book that I write, but I dislike reading books that are preachy. So when we're writing these, the faith is part of it's just part of their normal life. And then the other people eventually see that or are loved into it, I guess it would say. So it gives a depth to the books. As we live our Christian lives, we change. And good thing for that, huh? So
I
the,
love how you always talk about Lorraine about just holding on, just
Mm.
hanging on to the Lord when we're going through, even really heartbreaking life circumstances, which certainly happens in this book, and that He will never let go of us. I, I love
That's
how you talk about that. And I think that
those.
shows up in all your books too.
Yeah, those are powerful themes. Resiliency, faith in God through the hard times, right? It's easy to trust in God when everything's going great. But when things are really, really hard, that's when we need to be on our knees more praying. Now, is there a romance in this story? And if so, tell us about it.
Go ahead, Kiersti.
There is a romance in this story. It's kind of a gentle, slow one, which I think we both tend toward that kind of romance anyway, but especially for this one because the book opens with Maya losing her husband, and so we couldn't have her immediately fall for somebody else. But there is this young farmer next door. Well, he's the son of the neighboring farmer's family. And he's just a really gentle kind of, he's a really tall, broad-shouldered young man, but very gentle, tender-hearted. Has kind of tried to pursue young women before and always not been, not had favor with anybody else. But there's something about him that connects with Maya, and he's just so gentle with her broken heart. And so there is a sweet little gradual romance that develops there.
And he's introduced in the first book also.
Yes, yeah.
And
So it's really fun to see him develop
yeah,
more
a
in the
farming
second
neighbor
one.
right next to the boarding house, which is on farmland and being farmed also. So Amelia has a lot of responsibility with this little 5-year-old girl that she's not adopted, but is guardianship. And so the neighbors, the Miller family next door helps out somewhat. So they're just good people and they care about other people.
Mm. Does he catch her eye or does she catch his eye?
Ooh, that's a good question.
They met really soon after they got, like, probably the next couple days. So it's slowly growing through the whole book. But like Kiersti said, he's a gentle soul. He really is.
Mm.
And men so often, well, his mother and father raised him well. Let's just put it that way.
That's great. Well, as Christian authors, we love to put those themes, those universal messages about life, and truth in our stories so that our readers are being entertained. That's true. But at the end, we want them to take something from our story. What is it that you want readers to take away from At Morning's Light?
That God is never gonna that He loves them and He's never gonna let them go.
Mhm.
It's become more and more my theme song, I guess. God loves me. He'll never let me go. He won't leave me. And I want people to hear that and see that
Mm.
without preaching.
Hmm. I love that. And Kirsty, what do you think?
Yeah, I love that too. What came to my mind right now, just thinking about the title, and I think it kind of goes with what happens in the book too, is that verse, I think it's in Psalm 30, that weeping may last for the night, but joy comes in the morning. I think that we see that happen in this story also.
Yes, there's that hope, eternal hope. Well, is there a book three in the Home to Green Creek series? And if so, have you all started working on it yet?
Book 3,
Hmm.
we're in the final editing stage.
Wonderful. Oh, so it's coming out next year then?
It's coming up December 2nd.
Oh,
Well, at Morning's Light, I think is December 2nd,
oh,
right?
okay.
And
Okay.
then,
Book
if
three
I
is next
remember
year.
right, book three is
I'm not,
September next year, something
Oh,
like
okay.
that.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
Does that
just,
sound right, Lauraine? So it's
Kirsty,
coming.
I write it in the calendar and then forget all about it and just focus on getting the book done.
We do have a title though for it now, don't we, Lauraine? Book three.
Pardon me?
We have a title for book three now, right? Are we allowed to share that or not yet?
Yes, go ahead.
Oh, no, you go ahead. You want to?
I
It's,
don't ever write that down, and so then I don't remember.
oh, okay. It's
Forget the
Fair
stuff.
are the Meadows, isn't that it? From
Yes, thank you.
that line in Fairest Lord Jesus, the hymn.
Say it again.
Fair are the meadows
Ooh,
is this
pretty.
one.
That's such a perfect title for that book. And it's Beautiful Savior, and one of my favorite hymns for years and years and years. And so when they told us that would be the title, I was just ecstatic.
Oh, that is
Both our
pretty.
hero and heroine are musicians, and hymns play a big role in that story, so it fit really
Ooh,
nicely.
wonderful. And yes, At Morning's Light, the cover is beautiful. And so I'm looking
Oh,
forward to seeing
yeah.
what the next one is.
First cover that's up on the screen now.
Mhm.
Oh, I love that cover.
And then, Lauraine, you have a website, laurainesnelling.com. Can folks sign up for your newsletter there?
Yes. The reason I hesitate is because I've been lax on a newspaper because of a problem with a broken femur. So I
Oh,
dropped a few things this year, just trying to keep up and keeping up with Kiersti. And thank you. Thank you.
oh,
You made it happen.
oh, I'm so sorry. Well, folks can still head over to your website and at least see all your other books and learn more a little bit about you. And Kirsty, do you have a website?
I do, and there's a newsletter sign up there also, so would love to read anybody there.
And is it just your name.com or?
Yes, it's just KirstiGiron.com.
Wonderful. Okay, so listeners, you heard, head over to Kirsty's website and Lorraine's website to learn more about them and their upcoming projects. And so is that all that's coming from you both? Is this book three, or do you have individual projects that are coming?
I
There'll
don't.
also be a book four, right, Lorraine? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Kiersti's writing another book at the same time, which is, yeah. And we have book four that will be starting after December. So that's amazing, and we get that one, finish one, start another one right away. And so I don't know release date on that one either.
It'll be coming.
Yeah, always keep writing, that's for sure. Because your readers want to hear, from you. They want to know what that next story is and when it's coming out. So, and I think that's great that you both collaborate so well, and your fans are going to love At Morning's Light. Sounds like an amazing story. So, yeah, both of you, I thank you so much. I know you're busy, probably getting ready for the holidays and everything. So this is a real treat to have you both on with me to talk about your stories and yourselves. So I wish you all the best and have a Merry Christmas.
Well, thank you. And you have an awful lot on your plate after I saw your website thing. And I thought, wow, what a busy woman.
Yeah, my husband does all the laundry, so.
Good for him.
Otherwise, yeah. But I thank you. And
Oh.
Kiersti, you too. Thank you so much. It's so nice to meet you.
Oh, thank you so much, Ruth. We appreciate you inviting us.
Yes, very much.
Wasn't that fun to listen to Lauraine Snelling and Kiersti Giron talk about At Morning's Light? Book 2 in the Home to Green Creek series. Sounds amazing. Be sure to go get your copy on Amazon today, and be sure and leave them reviews so they know what you think of this amazing story. I hope that you've been encouraged to listen to how they collaborated and how they worked out challenges and how they brainstormed this beautiful story for you, the readers. They always keep you in mind. And I hope you've been encouraged to keep going on your writing journey and maybe even try collaborating with another author. That's an idea for you. I thank you so much for listening today. And until next time, God bless.